All right, so just as we've done in the other projects, we're going to walk through the source files really quickly so we have a better understanding of how this has come together so far. So going into our index.html, it's pretty simple. We have our filters here that you would recognize for all the boroughs. And then we actually have a place for the apartment data to go once we create those elements dynamically after we receive the data from the server. And that's going to basically go down here. And now what you may be noticing is some strange class names that you haven't seen before, referencing columns and rows. And these are actually referred to from the Bootstrap documentation. So what's Bootstrap? Well, Bootstrap is one of the most widely used front-end frameworks. So Bootstrap gives us access to HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for creating awesome, easy-to-use, responsive applications. So how did we include Bootstrap in this project? Well, just as we've done with jQuery or Lightbox, we just used a third-party library. And in this way, because it's so popular, we were able to just work with the CDN. So you can see the CDN here. And all we'll be utilizing of Bootstrap is the actual CSS. And there is some provided JavaScript as well, but we're going to write our own JavaScript in this case. So that's basically all we have for CSS. Everything here is being done using the Bootstrap library. I have no local CSS file and nothing I had to link here. So you can see that the page has some styling, and all of that comes from Bootstrap. Additionally, one of the major benefits of working with Bootstrap is its responsiveness. So if we were able to minimize this screen here, we can see that it behaves really nicely, and you can see how this could easily translate for mobile or something as well. So there's a lot of reasons why Bootstrap's so tremendously popular, but one of the reasons I wanted to use it in this application is just to reiterate that once you're able to work with these third-party libraries and work your way through documentation, the world is really your oyster. You can build such complex, well-designed applications and have to write so little code for it. So the way in which the web world is developing is so incredible, and you should absolutely take advantage of it. So let's dive into Bootstrap a little bit more. So Bootstrap, just like any other library we work with, has API documentation of how we interact with it. So in this case, we're going to be using a lot is what's from the CSS. And you can actually just go ahead and scroll through this and explore some of what Bootstrap offers. So they have some great examples of the types of just standard offerings that they have, and making writing CSS and HTML so much simpler, streamlined, and consistent. And it's much less time consuming in this case. So we will be working a little bit with the Bootstrap documentation as we decide how we want to present our apartment listings to our users. And then returning back to our application really quick, let's just look through that last file. All our JavaScript is going to be written in our index.js file. And similarly to last time, all we're going to do is just begin writing our JavaScript or jQuery code within this document.ready function. So it loads after the DOM is fully ready. So let's get started.